Is this new gacha worth it? Welcome back to Kokky Gachas, and in this video I'm going to talk about the brand new cream gacha that just dropped in Ragnarok Origin Global, and I'm going to share with you my opinion on whether this is going to be worth your diamonds, your nyans, and whether you should draw on this. So you can see right here there are going to be 6 different rewards, and I'm going to touch on how to obtain each of this. But first, clicking into it, you can see that there is going to be a currency over here, right? If you go into it, this is how you're going to obtain the currencies. It is, as far as I'm aware, only obtainable through this shop, right? So you can't get anything from the dailies, so it's slightly different. Usually they'll provide us some free draws from dailies, but not the case here. So right here you can see there is the buttercream lollipop and the super creamy lollipop. So what is the difference between these two? So for the normal ones, you can draw for the first 3 of this accessories, which is the face wear, the head wear, as well as the mouth wear. For the super creamy lollipop, you can use it to draw for the back wear, the devil one and the angel one, and then also for the costume. So going into this, you can see that for the normal ones, you can use diamonds and also use nyans 40, and then you can buy up to 56. And then you have the super creamy lollipop, which is going to be 100 nyans for one of these super creamy lollipops, and it's going to take you 2 super creamy lollipops to draw once, right, on the special banners. And then of course we have our famous scam box. So scam box here is going to be rewarded when you get 3 of these currencies from any of these gacha systems, and also for 6 of them you're going to have to obtain it from this gacha system. You're going to have a better box, which is going to give you only the purple cards. You can see it limited to purple cards instead of the scam box that gives you also the blue cards, right? So right here I'm going to touch on how this gacha works. It is based on a real gachapon system, right? Which is, if you have a machine, you're going to draw until the machine runs dry. So right here you can see they provided us with 2 free draws. I've obtained, very luckily, the magic card fragment as well as getting a pet coupon. So once I've obtained the reward in this gachapon system, I can no longer get it again, which means the rest of the rates are going to be increased. Now taking a look at the rates, you can see that this accessory, the wind chime earring, is at 0.05%, extremely low, but it's only this high because I've drawn 2 times, right? It is initially 0.01% chance, and once you draw, the more you draw, you're going to increase the rates as according to this chart, and then eventually you're going to get it for sure after drawing in this gacha for 12 times. So it's going to be better the more you draw in the gacha systems. It's going to work the same for every single one of this, right? It's going to be beneficial for you to, as much as possible, clear it out, because you're going to be very hard pressed to be extremely lucky to obtain all these grand prizes for 0.01% chance in your first few draws, right? So unless you're extremely lucky, you're not going to be able to do that. So that is also going to be part of our value proposition when we look at this gacha systems. So of course, there is going to be a few choices when it comes to gachaing for this. You can see this takes you one of this super or one of this normal lollipops, right? So if you were to buy 10 of the extra lollipops from the shop itself, you're going to be definitely able to obtain the wind chime earring. Alternatively, you're feeling really lucky, you can definitely spend your lollipops on the other gacha systems over here, right, for the headwear as well as for the mouthwear. But do note that they take 2 lollipops per draw. So if you were to buy the 10 lollipops from the shop using diamonds, you're going only to have 5 draws. So really pick your battles wisely, right? If you really want like the face wear or the mouth wear over here, right, after 5 draws, what are you going to get, right? You can see over here it's still very difficult for you to get. So only after 4 draws, then the 5th try you will have 0.50%. So realistically, you're not going to get it with just diamonds. You're going to have to spend nyans. However, my advice here is that only spend diamonds. You're free to play or you like spender, right? You don't have much nyans, I would advise for you to avoid this event. I don't think the rewards are the best for your nyans. You can take a look at the rewards over here. So given the rates and given what you are going to get, you're going to be able to obtain some of the super pack coupons like Oridicon, Illumium. For the diamonds wise, right, the value is always going to be worth it. 40 per draw for this is super value. Even if you were to clear this whole thing out, right, the value should even out and you should be able to obtain good enough rewards, because although the super lollipop that you're going to get over here, right, it only gives you 1. You cannot even draw 1 time on this nyan ones, right? The 100 nyans per entry ones. You cannot get it, but this is going to translate into 10k zenny. So if you see over here, right, can be converted into 10k zenny. So technically just treat it as 10k zenny. At that point, it's still going to be worth it for your diamonds. And on top of that, you do get this wind chime earring, which in my opinion is a pretty good face wear for tanking if you do not already have the face wear that I have over here, the healing bandage, right? This is going to be better. It's going to have 2 slots. Of course, if you have this, I would say that the wind chime earring is not exactly going to be the best thing that you are going to looking to buy. So for me personally, I would probably try my luck and I would probably pick up this one. So it's just between 5 draws on this one as well as 5 draws on this one, but personally I think that this is going to give me a bit more value. It's easier to hit compared to this one, right? I might hit some of the stuff that I don't really like, especially this mixed order tier. I don't really want it. It's one of the higher draws, and also there's going to be Seri, Mora coins and Mora coins as well, compared to this one over here, right, where the only real misses is going to be 2 of this, but after that the next 3 draws that I'm going to get is going to warrant me something decent. So this is my approach. I'm going to draw on this 5 draws. I'm not really interested in clearing up this one, but for people that are feeling less risky, you can definitely clear this one. This is going to be good for your wardrobe regardless. So this is just my opinion. As for the free to play and the light spenders, right, the nyans, I suggest you to save it up. Pouring chest is going to rerun again. The exact rewards, I'm not exactly sure whether they are going to reuse it, but of course it's going to be a guaranteed costume that you can choose from regardless with your nyans. So that is why I think that this event for free to play for light spender, definitely don't try to try your luck to play with the nyans, right? Not worth it. But for our medium to heavy spenders, right, if you're looking to clear this, I have some advice for you guys. So first things first, if you are really lacking Zenny, you're mid spender, you're heavy spender, of course if you're a heavy spender, you're going to buy all. So for mid spender, mainly my advice is that you definitely want to obtain all of these magic card fragments at the very least, so that you can obtain the precious purple card collection over here, which guarantees you a purple card, right, unlike the scam one. So definitely that is the Zenny route, although some of the purple cards are also hovering around the range of 150k Zenny, so I'm not exactly sure if it's going to pay out depending on your luck, right? It all depends on your RNG, how early you're going to get the card fragments. For the mid spenders that are looking into progression and you have the ability to clear out, the premise is that you need to have the ability to clear out each and every one of these systems itself, right? So if you have 4,800 nyans and you can clear out one of this, I would say that it kind of breaks even with the rewards, because if you were just to look at this rewards itself, right, you can see that this gives you 20 of the time space, so each of the time space costs you 60 nyans. So this itself is already 1.8k nyans. This is 640 nyans, so 1.8k, 640, 2.4k. 10 of this at discount rates is going to be 700, so it's already 3,000 nyans for just this reward. So the rest of it is going to roughly break even to add up to around 4,800 nyans, and on top of that you have a costume. But the costume itself, I would say that the stats are not exactly the best when it comes to comparing with other of the wishing card gacha. So for progression, roughly breaks even for the assortments of things that you get. For the rest of it is also going to be the same case, right? Roughly break even depending on what you really need. But then the costume itself is going to be the main highlight point. You are going to get a bonus costume for spending 4,800 nyans. And generally, I would say that the costumes, like I mentioned just now, are not the best for stats, but they are pretty cute. So if you look at the appearance, I think this is pretty decent. And of course, people like the angel wings and the devil wings. So if you are really a fan of this costumes itself, right, these wings, definitely if you are mid spender, you can go for it. For free to play and light spender, we will not have the ability to clear out the whole gacha. So from that angle, it's never going to be worth it, because the rarer rewards are only going to come later in the box given the rates, right? Unless you are super lucky, you can clear out the earlier rewards first. But in that case, I don't think you can be as lucky to get the costume. So my advice, if you can clear out, it will break even, but the pouring chest is going to be a lot more higher CP compared to this 3 of this gacha systems, right, whereby the main focus, I think, it's on the looks, it's not really on the stats, not really on progression. Given the fact that you can't really pick and choose what you are going to get, you have to accept everything over here as a whole. And of course, like I mentioned just now, it's always going to be worth it to spend your diamonds on this. So I'm just going to purchase 10 and I'm going to spend it on this one because I'm really not a fan of this, and I just want to get as much rewards as possible, right? These rewards don't really fancy me, so I just want to go with this. So we're going to see what we are going to get. 5 draws only, nothing too special, but hopefully we get ultra lucky, right? So going into it, okay, we get this feathers, better than the chisels as well as the hammers. Second one, okay, we get another feather. So is this still worth it to continue going? Let's take a look at the rates right now. So if I've already drawn the 2 feathers, which are pretty decent, we actually still have 15%. I was thinking that the hammers as well as the carving chisels is going to increase in the percentage, but I guess they are treated as equal value, but of course I don't see it that way. Regardless, let's continue drawing 3 more tries, right? If we get super lucky, we can get this for 10k Zenny. This is going to be pretty good. Of course, I'm also wanting the Ultra Card coupon. This is going to be at least 13k, right? Given that blue cards that are from the Ultra Rare coupons is going to be at least 13k. So let's hope that we don't get the chisel. Hope that we don't get the freaking hammer. Let's go. Nice, we got the card. Now this is actually a dilemma, right? Should I gamble for this card itself? Okay, let's take a look at the rates on how likely is it for me to get this stupid card. It's a 1% chance. Oh, come on. 1% chance. You don't even want to let me get the freaking scam box easily. What the hell? Oh god. Okay, that's not gonna be worth it. Let's continue going this. 2 more tries. Hopefully you get the super pack coupons or the ultra red coupon. Please no chisel, please no hammer, no. Go. Oh, we actually got this. This is 10k Zenny. Wait. 10k Zenny. Oh, if I get this, I get 1 try, but I don't think it's going to be worth it. Let's just spend the last one on this. No chisel, no hammer. Go! Nice! Okay, so we avoided the chisels, we avoided the hammers. Of course, we didn't hit on the better ones, in my opinion, right? The triple super pack coupon as well as the ultra rare coupon. But honestly, this is going to be pretty worth it. If you think about it, right, I spent 10 of those tickets, which is 400 diamonds, and I obtained effectively more than that. So Conqueror is going to be 160 nyans to the diamonds. Of course, nyans are going to be more worth it. For the magic card fragment, this is 10k Zenny, this is 10k Zenny, so 20k Zenny. On top of that, I also got 10 of these feathers, right? The day and the light feather. So the day and the night feathers is going to cost me 510. This is 300 diamonds. So in total, I definitely got more than 400 diamonds, which is, like I said, right, on most cases, you're going to definitely come out ahead if you spend your diamonds, which is why I recommend this for free to play as well as like spender to spend just your diamonds. And that about does it for this video where I touched on the brand new Cream Gacha. Honestly, just as an ending note, I would like to say that in Ragnarok Origin Global, from what I've noticed in Taiwan server as well, the gacha events are aplenty. So definitely you have to pick your battles, right? And for this itself, I really don't think this is one of the battles that I am going to pick as a free to play or a like spender. Also, if you're interested in seeing how I'm personally preparing for Paladin's arrival, hopefully in June sometime, definitely check out this video over here. I'll see you guys over there. This is Kokky Gachas, signing off.